Hi everybody, it's Dr. Nicole with Healing Hands in Manahawkin, and I have a question for you. Have any of you moms out there been holding back on having your child be checked by a chiropractor because you might be nervous or anxious about the way that they're going to behave when they come in for their visit? So as a mom of two very active boys, I can tell you that that is a very common concern. A lot of us moms, whether we go to any doctor, whether it be the chiropractor or the dentist, I know there's always some kind of anxiety or nervousness. Are they going to behave? Are they going to sit still? Are they going to cry and carry on? And trust me, I feel the same way. But having a healthy spine from an early age is very important. Now with newer science and newer technology, we now know that children, very young children, can have problems in their spine from a very early age. And these problems can affect their development, it can affect their overall health and well-being, and it can even affect and cause future health problems and disabilities. So what do we know is this: children are very, very active. Take it from a mom of two boys. Kids are always, when they're learning how to walk, they're falling down. They're tumbling downstairs. They're falling off their bicycles. Then as they get older, they're starting in sports. They're getting sports injuries. They're sitting at the computer, even playing video games. All of these different stresses to our body when we're kids cause the spinal bones to go out of alignment. And as you guys already know, that we call that a subluxation. So when the spinal bones go out of alignment, we call that a subluxation. Now, your spine has two really important functions. Number one, it holds us upright against gravity. That's what we call the posture. So we're familiar with that, right? The second thing that the spine does is it houses and it protects the very delicate spinal cord. However, when the spine goes out of alignment, it causes stress to the spinal cords and the delicate nerves that are coming out of the spine. That stress slows information from the brain to the body, which is what creates disease and weakness in the body and illness in the body. In kids, we see it as things like eczema, sinuses, allergies, asthma, all kinds of unwanted health conditions, even in kids. Now, I want to show you an example of just an 8-year-old spine. And this is in an energetic, vibrant, seemingly healthy child. He's an athlete, but I want to show you the types of misalignments that we see even in young kids. Now, this is just an 8-year-old spine. So take a look over here. This is an X-ray of an 8-year-old spine standing in his natural neutral position. The green line that you see is where the spine is supposed to be in order to be in its strongest and healthiest position. The red line that you see is where this young boy's spine is. So as you can see, this spine is quite out of alignment and putting a significant amount of stress and pressure to the nervous system. Now, not all the time do we feel these problems, especially when we're kids. So how do we know if we have them? Well, spinal problems, just like cavities in teeth, can only really be detected from a complete spinal examination, which is, of course, what we do in our office. A good telltale sign, though, if somebody may have spinal problems, is posture. Because as you can see, posture is the window to a person's spine. So, no matter what your child's age, make sure that you have their spine checked. And of course, if you have any questions, we're always here to help.